Alright, I've hit record, everyone.
Okay.
Alright. What did record ever do to you?
That's good news, mate. I'm glad.
That's good. That's good. That's
with
fine.
that, the podcast can continue.
That's right. So this is people may notice there's been a few changes around here. Namely, I've put a pumpkin in the recording space. James, I've carved it. If you want to turn that round so that you can see, I wanted the reveal to be on air.
In the booth. Turning it round. It's a nice small pumpkin, maybe the size of a baby's head. Ah!
That's right. It's a very scary. Can you tell people what it says on there?
I'll spell it out to you, but just be warned, it's a bit scary. It says B-O... Ah!
It says boo on it, and I just wrote it in a Sharpie because I couldn't be bothered to actually.
And that's boo as in a ghost, not boo as
I'm
in.
still staring at it.
Not boo as in your shit, but actually sort of double meaning.
Yo, boo.
No, because boo needs 3 O's.
Even when I'm with my boo. Ah! Anyway, so yes, we've got a new setup here, so it means that we're no longer actually going to be editing these. Sean thought that we could use the mixer that we've got to rewind and edit on the fly. I don't know how he thinks technology works.
Like shit bits, you know, like you could like go
like fucking Minority Report.
You could go, you could go on the mixer and then like if there's a shit bit, you could go
Just scratch it off.
Just scratch it off. Yeah. Just
you are an idiot,
just
and
flip that back, innit? You know what I'm
right.
saying?
But anyway, we were talking
vinyl.
about it at the pub the other day, and Sean was very worried that he was going to say something stupid. But don't worry.
Well, he will.
Yeah, that's guaranteed. That is fucking guaranteed.
So this is a new unabridged podcast.
Yeah, if it's shit, it's Sean's fault. Right. Shall we begin?
Yes,
Well, yeah.
please.
Well, that's not doing it. Okay, we've got a problem, lads.
We've got a problem in the Tinkerwimp.
What's happened?
Okay, that's not even close to... Okay, I figured it out.
Mission
Here comes
control.
the intro. No.
Yes, mate.
Oh,
yes, listen to our
Rewind.
flaws.
You see, this is
Sean
this
is
is the
gonna
great
mess it
content
up.
you are missing. Right now, let's try that again. Yes. Right. Don't talk during the intro.
I can't believe it worked.
Alright, so this is the 3T RPG podcast, and welcome to the fucking Thunderdome. Put your hands on the car and prepare to die. If you're unsure about what the heck you're doing here and who I am, well, this is the 3T RPG podcast, and my name is Harrison Hunt, and with me is James Cluck.
What's up? How's it going?
It's my favourite time of the show! Boom! It's fire in the booth. And of course, you've got Nick Lamley.
Hello.
And then it's the guy that's exposing all the government secrets. It's Sean Hunt.
Or is it? No, greetings. What's up?
Or is it? Fuck's sake.
If you can't tell, this is a podcast about tabletop RPGs, and we are going to be talking about some cool shit today. So we got feedback, we got news punch, we got what you slaying, and then we're going to do the main subject. We're going to reinvent tournament RPGs.
Ooh.
And of course, we've got Sean's conspiracy bunker. That's coming up.
Conspiracy bunker.
It's
Well,
changed.
I was sort of like thinking if you were hiding from the government,
You've been
making
that's
all
true.
these weird.
I like the way you
military
spun it.
That's fair. I mean, it's a good spin, making me look insane. Thanks, man. Right,
Well,
Making you look
we don't
insane.
have to do anything
You
to
do.
for that to happen.
You're clinically diagnosed.
Anyway, shall we do some feedback?
Yes, please.
The feedback side. The feedback side. Yes, bitch. The feedback side. Feedback, bitch. It's the feedback section. Yeah, we take your comments and read them out. Yeah, feedback, bitch.
Alright, so we have one bit of feedback today. It comes from Ace, and he says Sean's casual sign-off at the beginning of that email, where he says, yeah, red stuff, aliens, okay, bye. And what by email, I meant voicemail. But I'm actually going to play that to you now because it's just worth a fucking listen. Because this is what James found on his answer phone the night of the game. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Voice messages. Message from.
Hi, it's fun and there's like some actual UFO actually grinding out here. There's some red shit in the sky.
For some reason it's frozen. But
Oh,
anyway, yeah. Listen, we're going to have some teething problems with this.
That's another feedback.
Good. But Sean, he says, so you say that you saw some red shit in the sky, some UFO shit guanin.
Yeah. I had a few ales by that point.
Okay.
I mean, there was some red shit guanin in the sky, and it was flying. And I was just like, I don't know. I thought you guys would be a bit more excited about it.
When you say like red shit,
Why
what
do
are
you
we
sound
talking
so
like
It was
mist?
like glowing in
Or-
red, like
What, like an object?
Well, like a sunset.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing, when Sean describes his encounters with UFOs, he never describes them in any satisfactory way.
No.
Before it was a ring ping, now it's red shite in the sky. Well, what do you mean? Was this sky a vague colour of red? Because that could just be light pollution.
No,
Sean.
it wasn't. It wasn't like.
No, it wasn't like that, man.
No, mate.
He's great.
No, you had
He's
to be
great
there,
when
mate.
he
You had to
came
be.
I mean, it
Man, I saw them. They
Popped
were
on the
all
ship for a bit,
rubbery.
mate. Yeah.
could have been like a tower thing, you know, like
A
the,
tower thing.
you know, when
Yeah.
they have those things on top.
Well, like a telephone tower.
Oh yeah, like the ones that we know already exist have those things on the
But I mean,
tower.
I'm-
Yeah.
yeah. It could
So I've
That's two of our friends that have seen UFOs, though.
okay,
Remember
who's it?
Rye?
I've seen.
Yeah, and
but
two,
they're all
both of
drug
them,
addicts.
both of them who smoke weed. But obviously Sean has never done that, and neither has Ryan, and that was a joke.
But
But
I remember
if you
Ryan's
did-
but Jerry's like,
They
"Look at that, it's
seem
rockets."
like drug addicts.
And that's the problem, though. That's why we haven't overthrown the government yet, because all the people that know the conspiracies all smoke weed.
So UFOs are smart because what they do is they reveal themselves to people that are non-credible.
That's what it is. That is what it is.
Apart from me, obviously.
Obviously, mate. Obviously.
But I actually made a jingle for Sean's Conspiracy Corner. So I'm going to ask you about some conspiracies before we get into the RPGs. Have a listen to this.
So my first question for you is, can fire melt steel beams?
Get your head around both the design and the flat earth system we live in.
This podcast's gonna
Who's
kill
been
me.
involved in deception to hide it from you. 50 years
Actually, 17.8%.
I'm about to blow your mind.
So,
That was good.
so the Conspiracy Bunker. Sean, today I wanted to talk to you about the conspiracy.
Wait, are we on the bunker now? Can
Yeah.
we, like,
Are we in there? Can we get
No,
our
we're
hats
in it,
on?
mate.
Can we get our hats
I
on?
was sort of like,
Sean, once you're in the bunker, you don't get out.
That's
it's
it, mate.
sealed
I suppose
to protect
yeah.
you from
Alright.
UFO radiation.
Alright,
We've got our
let's-
foil hats
Four
on.
hats, everyone.
Okay, let's go bunker time then. I was sort of mentally preparing for it being at the end, where like I could sort of just coast like on you
Nah,
guys doing
nah.
the podcast.
Oh God, no! No, we get you. We
No.
embarrass you straight away. Then for the rest of the podcast, we
Feel
really
awkward,
do.
yeah.
Excellent. All right, cool. Right, let's.
So,
what are the
what
questions from the people then? What's
right, conspiracy theory. Well, we haven't got questions from people because nobody cares, right? But
okay, fair enough.
conspiracy theory wise, right?
Sheeple. Yeah.
Shut up,
Sorry,
for Christ's sake.
Love you.
So, secret government weapons.
Yeah. What about?
Have you heard of voice to brain, voice to skull technology, and the FBI beaming messages into people's heads? And so they they do go mad, but they're secretly testing on people using voice to skull. What do you reckon about that? Is it just schizophrenic people, or is it something that you believe in?
Well, it's a bit column A, bit column B, really. Isn't it? You know,
My first question.
because they have. You
Ignore
know,
that.
you know, they have like done this shit, and you know, there's sort of chips in people's heads now in the army and thing, you know, and that's not
Chips like fish and chips.
Yeah. McDonald's,
chips in people's
Burger
No,
King.
I would
They got
say
branding on
chip.
They got branding on those chips.
sort of permanent supply of curry sauce in the blood would be pretty sick. But no, they got like the chips in people's heads and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
And yeah, in the army and thing.
Yeah.
So they have been testing it. It's not going too great, sadly.
So this is the problem with all your conspiracies.
then
You just say they got chips in their head and ting.
But then the whole voice to chip in the brain thing. Elon Musk.
I never said it was voice to chip in the brain. Voice
The
to
frying pan into the brain.
Well, Elon Musk.
Oh, the frying pan into. I think that is about as much of conspiracy
No,
corner as
Elon
no,
Musk.
you're mentioning Elon Musk. I know he's your boy.
No,
He
it's-
smoked a joint once on Joe Rogan, and now you love him. But
It just seems so approachable because
Right, what's the access code to get out of this bunker?
that was a joke.
we're doing news.
News punch.
All right, so news-wise, have you guys all seen the Cyborg?
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, that got me well
I
excited.
think that'd be as good as Morkborg. I think the trailer, nobody brings out a trailer like that, man. It's just like...
It was beautiful.
I like how the artwork is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I like how it says it's hacked and hacked and hacked again and again.
Yeah.
It's got like such a unique feel, even though it's like a dystopian cyberpunk thing.
But you know it's them, though, that made it.
Exactly, it's really got that. It's
the cartel.
It's November 13th on Kickstarter.
That is right. But yeah, a few details. So in the trailer, we see some of the art for Cyborg, and for those that don't know, this is the follow-up to Morkborg, and it's a dystopian cyberpunk nightmare of a game.
Mm-hmm.
In the trailer, some of the art you get to see, as we've mentioned, which is absolutely stunning, but we get a glimpse of the rules as well. And guess what, guys? This is going to surprise you, but they're the same sort of rules as Morkborg.
Whoa! That's messed up, man.
Although the tagline, rules light, heavy, everything else, is now rules light, rage heavy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, where Morkborg was a doom metal RPG, this one's design is inspired by industrial music and hip-hop, so it's got a very different style. But it should be really good. And we get a peek at the setting too, which, similarly to Morkborg, is focusing on like the end of the world, climate collapse, the commodification of personal data, unparalleled greed, and they've all manifested this dying world where the players are rebels and societal outcasts who want to stick it to the man.
Oh, yes.
And the optional classes are back, and the announced ones so far are the Burned Hacker, the Shunned Necromancer, meaning there's probably going to be magic in the setting, and the Renegade Cyber Slasher.
Hello.
Now, I like them. The trouble is, in British slang, slash... I don't think should ever be in. Do you know? Because it means piss.
It does mean a piss.
Really
Cyber pisser.
Going for a
cyber
slash.
slasher is like somebody who rebels against
Neon
man by
piss.
pissing on computers.
And there's got neon.
Take that, the man.
Goes to like this big corporate building and just wheeze up the side. Have that. Cyber slasher.
You know, I'm slashing all over your cyber.
Ooh.
And considering it's a setting where people have cyber wear, is he going to be whizzing on people's like?
Can I play the
Well,
wizard
in this
character?
country,
Yes.
there's like a lot
The
of-
Wizard
The wizard
from Wu-Tang. So in Mork Bizzle, you had the prophecies. You had the propheties, right?
You had
And
the properties.
These were called miseries, which would signal steps closer and closer to the world ending. On the 7th one, I think it was, the game is over and the world is ended, and you were politely asked to burn the book. But that's returning for this one, except instead of it being a book of prophecies, it's newspaper headlines.
Ooh, yes.
So you roll for them,
Okay.
and then you might see, like, I don't know, the collapse of certain economies or
Bank
a new
system
disease.
is destroyed, whatever, yeah.
Which is fucking cool.
Yeah,
And that's all the details we have so far. And as James mentioned, it's
So
coming
if
out.
if it's about newspapers, then like, do you have
No,
to?
it's not about newspapers.
I mean-
I've very accurately described what
I mean,
it is
no,
about.
you know what I mean though, like that format. So like at the end of
Do you reckon there'll be anything about, voice to chip in the brain technology? Goes
I
right.
hope so.
do you have to like at the end of the game? Do you have to get yourself embroiled in a scandal, and then they take the book off you?
I
Or
think
like the sun.
Yeah. There's suddenly a picture of your character on a beach looking a bit fat, and they're like,
With
"Ooh,
someone
is
that's
that
not
so?"
his wife.
But fucking, I think that would be cool if some of the miseries in this were like scandal.
Yeah, totally.
Like your people has got wrapped up in some shit. But yeah, it looks awesome. It's on November 13th, and it's going to be fucking amazing. Other news is that Critical Role Season 3 has started. Right? No, right. We didn't manage to fund the trip to America to go and watch it in the cinema,
Missed
but
it.
My shame. I'm so sad.
yeah, well, I'm gutted because I had my Matt Mercer cosplay out. I just basically went onto Amazon and put "dress me like a wanker,"
You bought one of those dick costumes.
like on a stag do. Nice one, James.
I have my
You're getting
really
the
long jacket as well.
what's that?
I have my really long jacket as well, so you know.
Well, like a Neo jacket from Matrix.
Oh God.
Pretty much.
So
We know somebody who wears one of those. And
Still.
his nickname is Greasy Stevens.
Of course he does. Does he own a samurai also?
He probably does. A samurai sword, I assume you mean. Does he own a samurai?
A little kid, an actual samurai warrior in his basement.
I Greasy Steven Muster.
pretty sure he owns a Buster sword, doesn't he, from Final Fantasy VII?
Oh, he does.
I
Yeah,
thought he
yeah.
had like
Hey,
Buster
I thought
Rhymes.
that was James.
Buster Rhymes is going very cheap now. He's not been up to much. Yeah, I mean that it's not really news that it started because we all knew it was going to happen. But I just wanted to say this because I stuck it on and tried to listen to it on the podcast feed, And it was like maybe 5 seconds in, it was like, hello, get your subscription to Geek Crate.
Yeah.
And then I just instantly deleted it.
What's so what are they playing this time?
D&D.
Okay.
Oh, really?
What's the new thing? Because it's a new season.
Well, I mean, Nick, you're showing me up. I should have done some research. I only listened to a bit of the advert at the beginning, so I don't know. But it's basically this new episode, right? It's their introduction of their new characters. And I just want you to let's have a guess. How long do you reckon it is?
Oh, what introduction?
4 hours.
Yeah, fucking 4 hours.
Close, 4.5.
Oh fucking hell!
Imagine 8 fucking idiots going around the table telling you about their interesting character backstories.
Why don't they just go
Flesh it
our
out.
backstories are written up on this blog.
Check them out.
We're going to get straight into the fucking
and
thick
you'll
of
find
it.
out what they're about
They don't
when
even
we
have to
act
do
them
that.
out.
Just like a couple of minutes of backstory, and then flesh it out in the game, like like for example, like good people do.
Get closer to your mic, Sean, a little bit. But no, I completely agree. They should have just done it in the game.
Yeah.
But you see, the problem is if they do it as a blog post, that's showing respect for their fans' time, and that's not something they deal in. And also, if you remember, this is supposed to be edited now. It's not even broadcast live. So
it's that they think it's so amazing.
Well, they think they're so amazing.
Privilege.
That's the problem.
yeah,
They
but
think they
no,
are so
wait,
amazing,
though,
don't they?
because that's out of order.
Right,
Because
okay.
one of them is playing a dark elf with a bow and a short sword. So,
Oh my God, that's so original.
I mean, they're geniuses.
However did they think of that?
Oh, for goodness sake!
The pre-made characters that.
Maybe they're paid by word that they say.
Well, I mean, I would hope so.
Voice actors,
because they've got quite good. Yeah, that's it. Well, the thing is, I think they own Critical Role, so if they are paid by the word, it means they're paying themselves by the word, which is what we've been doing here for years.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
our words are so worthless. We actually have to pay Patreon.
We pay.
I subscribe.
Sometimes it gets really long, really long.
All right. Well, with that, let's go on to what we've been playing in What You Slaying.
Which is going to be 4 hours.
And have one of these. Oi, yeah? What you slaying?
All right. Well, that signals the beginning of What You Saying. Sean, you ran a Halloween game for us recently.
Yes, I did. I ran a Savaged Fallout game. It was sort of set in a sort of dystopian Vegas in the future, in an apocalypse.
Would you call it a new Vegas, for example?
It might be a newish Vegas. If you don't know, Fallout New Vegas, probably best game ever made, maybe second best.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually, but
so it was based in that sort of universe, and what character did you play? What?
So I can't remember. Oh no! I brought back my character from Sean's TMNT campaign, and I was Huge Yak Man.
Huge Yak Man.
But this time I was a radiated yak who turned into a Yak Man.
Oh, perfect.
And we were basically like, because our leader was America Man, who was a wasteland mercenary, and his sidekick Flag Girl.
Yeah.
And
Very good.
it was kind of fun.
James's character was Chad Quigley. He was
Chad Quigley, he's a 90s skater kid.
And it was like, you know that meme of Steve Buscemi in the school?
Yeah,
He
what's
was
up,
that.
what's up, fellow kids? That
Yeah,
one.
so that's what James was
He
playing.
was a ghoul.
Yeah. What's up, fellow humans? And then we had finally James Tomasson, one of our friends. He was playing Slim Pickens.
Oh, he was a druggy boy.
He was like he looked like Danny DeVito in a leotard.
Oh no!
Sean, you can't say that, mate. You can't say leotard.
Yeah, that's racist.
Quite.
But it was pretty funny because we sort of went like fully right-wing fucktards in it.
It was kind of like it was Katie and Rob, our
organic.
mates, turned up and played with us. But it's kind of they started it off.
Because they were the main ones. They were America Man and Flag Girl.
Yeah, so America
so
Man,
America.
which was being played by Katie, was properly getting on it and being like patriotism.
we worshipped Trump.
Yeah.
Like, he
My
was our
freedoms.
god.
Yeah.
And then like
Even
it
though
all turned
technically
into
wouldn't
that.
work.
They all what?
Well, it all just turned into fucking America, yeah.
I mean, look,
Flying on an eagle.
we got given this mission to go. Basically, the town is getting scrap metal from this old factory warehouse thing, and our mission was to go and recover all of that stuff. And because somebody was taking it and we had to go and get it back, right?
Yeah.
Fucking Sean's like, do you want to do anything to prepare? And then James is like, I'm going to James gets his skateboard, goes around the town. He's like, I'm going to challenge somebody to race me down a hill for money. And we're like, okay, I'm not sure how this is preparing for the game, but then I set up a trap halfway down and everyone was trying to put off the other guy, so I put a thin bit of wire across between two trees and waited for him to come down and cut his head off.
But in the end, like, you didn't even need that because Katie's character sniped James's opponent.
Yeah, he was just going down the hill and she just went American Man.
Nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was a lot of fun, and you guys sort of went murder hobo on it.
Yeah.
I was expecting you to get to this place, and there was these sort of scientists using scrap metal to build a rocket.
Right, but in the game, I wanted to talk about this because it was great, but we didn't see this coming.
Not at all. Nowhere near.
Yeah, and so we got to the end, and we got to this place where I see a bunch of ghouls, scrapping shit.
Yeah, I try and talk to them because they're my fellow people, but then it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And then we meet the main guy, and he's like, I'm building a rocket out back. You want in? And we're like, it sort of came out of nowhere. But then when you think about it, it makes sense because they were stealing the scrap to build the rocket.
And we didn't investigate. What we were doing is basically intimidate, choke and kill.
That's
pretty much it. We were just killing people by intimidation and raiding them.
Fair play.
On the way to the fucking place for the scrap metal, Sean rolls random encounters, and that's a pretty bold move during a one shot, but he rolled a random encounter. We just saw some normal ass guys, and our first instinct isn't, what ho, traveller, or whatever. It was
Who the fuck are you, man?
Who the fuck are you? What are you doing here?
Give me a money.
Give me your money. It's for justice. It was really bad. And then at the end, right, we meet this guy. He's got a rocket. He's like, I'm going to the fucking moon, boys. We've got a base up there. And then Huge Yak Man, my character, he just goes, okay, I come. And I thought, I was a little bit drunk, and I thought that everyone else was on the rocket already. It turns out I was wrong, and I was like mashing buttons on the control thing for the rocket, and then I was just like, all right guys, we're going to the fucking moon. And then everyone around the table was like, I didn't get on the rocket, by the way. So we get about 100 feet in the air, and similar to Sean's flat earth brethren, it crashed almost immediately into the town. So my character Yak Man died, and everyone else lived on and tried to rebuild the city, but it was fucking good. It was a good session.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was really Fallouty, and you guys really treated it well.
What I liked was the attention to detail with the character sheets. So I mean, just
mate, they were great.
If you want hindrances, you're not getting any.
If you want skills or anything like that,
forget about it. I mean,
it's not complete.
Tell you what Sean did do, right? He wrote the names on there, and that.
I forgot a couple of the hindrances.
A few,
but they're all in my head.
What's the samurai skill on there?
No, sadly not. That's a shame. That's a real shame. I mean, it's a good thing I built Yak Man myself.
Oh, it is. Yeah, yours is complete.
The thing is, I was originally going to. This is terrible, Nick. But I was originally going to play a brain in a jar that gets wheeled around in a wheelbarrow by a super mutant.
That's pretty cool.
And his name was Brain Blessed.
I had a lot of anxiety because I didn't really know how to actually build this character. So I was like, Harrison, you better build this. And then even Harrison couldn't build it.
Well, the trouble is that you could, but you had to be of a certain level, because to get a henchman, I think you have to be heroic at least.
Okay.
So it didn't really work out, but good game. Enjoyed it.
Well, I was going to say, so knowing Sean and his style of GMing, super dangerous and lots of nasty animals.
Actually, it only happened once.
Oh wow!
The fucking rat scorpions.
Yeah, we got attacked by rad scorpions, and American Man basically got out a grenade, lobbed it, and killed everyone. Yeah. What was funny is that we had the adventure cards. So these are cards you can play at any point during the game to evoke a certain mechanic, right? And fucking somebody pulls out. Katie chucks the grenade, and a lot of her mates were in the same area. As she chucks the grenade, somebody plays the friendly fire. So she's like, I can't remember who it was.
Friendly fire's off, yeah.
Yeah, so now friendly fire's off. And I know that doesn't count when you lob a grenade. But I just shut up. And then Katie's like, oh, cool, I'm fine. Lobs the fucking grenade. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, friendly fire is only when you're firing into melee. And then but luckily the other player actually did escape the flames. But it was very close. He could have just been killed on the spot. But I just kept stum because I thought it was funny.
It's a laugh, isn't it?
I wouldn't do it in a campaign.
No,
one shot is good.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah,
it was a hell of a lot of fun. Not sure what it had to do with Halloween, because Sean was calling it like spooky Fallout.
Was there a pumpkin?
I guess ghouls. Yeah, there was a pumpkin.
It was slightly dangerous.
It was just
like
like-
every Fallout game ever.
Yeah, it was looking at Sean's face for 4 hours.
It was just nice. It was just post-apocalyptic, you know. It was just
spooky,
like,
innit?
What, like
That-
the game?
Yeah.
well, I would have. I
spooky.
realised I should have done a Squid Game, but I didn't.
Yeah, I said this to Sean because all of us had just finished watching Squid Game, and I was like, imagine if you pulled out a Squid Game like Fallout session for
Oh, mate,
Halloween.
that would have been the top tier kind of stuff.
Yeah, but yours was
that's
good.
what
You know, I mean,
Oh wait, it's not mouth effects; it's real effects now.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, good game, Sean. It was very fun.
Well done.
Cheers,
Proud of
mate.
you.
I really want to play those characters again.
Oh, man, they sound awesome.
Yeah, we're playing them at Christmas, so you'll hear about them at Christmas.
Can
Yeah,
I
and basically
play the brain in the barrel?
You want to play the brain?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What
Can you
if
just
I
build
played
it?
the
Sounds
Super Mutant and Nick
amazing.
played the brain?
Oh, that'll work.
So good.
That will work.
That
There
is
you
so
go. You
good.
found a way around it.
You'd have to really communicate. Like,
We could do it. Instead, we could.
Can you turn that around by the 20th of November?
Shit, man. Yeah, I could.
Nick's coming down for a day of gaming and drinking and fun. Yes, with the brain in a jar thing, I think what we'll do is we'll flip the name. Now, instead of Brian, it's just called... No, he is still called Brian, but maybe I'm a pink super mutant. It's Pinky and the Brian.
Yes.
Yes.
That's good, isn't it? Sean,
Sean's
you
wincing.
know that you've got to start with a pun when it comes to a good
You
character.
know it.
Otherwise you don't... And look, I'm just going to say this right now. That's a good character idea.
Same thing we do every day, Pinky.
Try to scavenge.
Get the ball caps.
All right. Well, that is it for Sean's Halloween game. We also wrapped up Cyberpunk Red Arc 1. We just finished episode 6, and the last session was probably the most mental, but most cyberpunk it has been yet.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because what happened was, so the whole thing is all about these two companies, Biotechnica and Arasaka, are warring over a recipe for diet toothpaste that the player characters nicked off of them at one point.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is that they've finally got their hands on it. I won't go through all the rigmarole, but they finally got their hands on it. People around them that were involved with the diet toothpaste shit were dying. Like, they were being stalked and shot at every fucking second as they went through the city. Now, James's character is playing as Zek, called Heartbreaker, who is a previous character from the Tough Guys campaign, but 50 years older. Now, so that means what she wants to do is sell it to her company so that she can reap the rewards and then buy off the other members of the board, so she can return the company to what it used to be.
Right.
And so they have this meeting set up, and I'm saying to everyone, like, do you want to do prep rolls and stuff like this? So the hacker goes in and he's trying to make it so that he can download a recording of everything once they leave.
With Help of Truth, because he's the media guy.
Yeah, he's the media, and and then we had Tiffany. You went up to your office and saw that one of the old characters from Tough Guys, Mo Exotic, was in there on the 11th floor, and he's this football hooligan who's got like a pet toucan on his arm.
Bowie boy.
And he was not wearing a shirt. He's looking out the window, and James comes in. He's like, "What the fuck has the LA firm become? It used to be about well, not the football, but the fighting, the drugs, the drink, then the football." And then, so he's like, "What's?" And Tiff's like, "I want to change this back to the way it used to be."
Yeah.
Now the funny thing is, meanwhile, the hackers in Tiffany's office going via a fax machine to try and hack to find out who the members of the board are, because they all wear masks like Squid Game.
So
right?
found out their alias names, fine, but then wanted to do a deep dive
And find out
get
who
ID
they
were.
Yeah.
Mate.
So he fucks it. He just literally was just like bam, 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 3 fucking failures in a row.
Ooh.
And then
What's hacking like in this?
it's very good.
Yeah.
I'll actually get into that in a minute. But so the alarm goes off. Security come up. And how Mo got into Tiffany's office was that he used, one of those window cleaning dollies that just came up to her window and jumped in. So what happens is straight away, Tiffany jumps out the window, Mo jumps out the window and goes to jump in the dolly and then lower it a bit, right? But the hacker, Sphinx, he fucked it so hard he got jump shocked. So he's all confused, his brain's fucked. He runs face first into a wall.
Yeah.
And then
the security come.
Oh, shit.
Security comes. So Tiffany, James's character, then tries to start a fire in her own office to get the, the foam.
Yeah.
That comes out the
extinguisher.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, well, it does work, and she allows them to get away. But Sphinx, he's already taken. Because if you fuck up hacking, or if somebody hacks you, certain programs can actually hurt you, your physical brain. So they're a bit fucked, and they go to head up to the boardroom via the dolly, and they look through and they see all of them, because of the fire, escape into the roof to try and get to a helicopter. Now, in the meantime, right, Sean's character, where was he in all of this? He's a rocker boy, and he's gone to a bar and he said, "Look, things get hairy in this meeting. You know, I need a friend." So he speaks to Eddie and the Deads, a band that he used to tour with back in the day, and they're like, "Yes, be like the old days, man, when we just used to flip corporations and destroy their buildings." And they were having a great time. And just the scene, right, of these guys heading up to the roof with the fire, and suddenly this rocker boy and all these like aging punk rockers coming into the lobby with like submachine guns and fucking swords and shit. It was like the Warriors. It was fucking insane.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was, and but it was annoying because they went a bit too violent for my liking, really. Because
Eddie and the Dead.
Yeah, like Eddie.
What did you expect? They're fucking Eddie and the Deads. They're not fucking Susie and... Oh, I was going to say Susie and the Banshees, but they probably do the same thing.
It's not like Susie and the Fluffies.
It's not fucking Westlife.
Yeah, but like, he started biting off his.
You raise me up.
Like, wouldn't it, like, they could have just not, like, I mean, even Sledge was a bit like, I mean, they could have just knocked people out, shot a couple of legs.
So what did Eddie do then?
Yeah, but you fucking controlled them, Sean.
He bit someone's ear off, and he was like enjoying it. So it's like,
and then Sean was like, "Okay, but can we calm down now at this
He's
point?"
Like ripping
and then
an
you
ear
see
off.
this receptionist come out the kitchen, like having just made a cup of tea,
it's
and
like
he's like,
some old lady, and he just like
he reloads, shoots her again, like while she's on the floor, and I'm like, "It's just bits of jelly," and then Eddie's like, "Come on, we gotta go," and he just legs it up the stairs.
And then, like, at that point, Sledge is trying to talk him out of going any further, and like, it fails.
He weren't having it. So Eddie and the Deads were in the zone.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? So he was adrenalized because it was like the old days. Do you know what I mean? He went too far, maybe. But that's fine.
It's probably been about 15 years. But I mean, it was a good idea, I think. But
I think it was a good idea. But I think because you attacked Tiffany, your friend's office, right? Before the meeting, I don't know why you did that, right? Because you were outside, right? And he was outside in a car with these guys.
Yeah, and they're meant to be waiting if things go hairy. But they didn't wait for the
he's like, "Right, lads, get your guns ready."
They just phoned in straight away and just like bap, 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 bap.
I had a massive feeling it was going to go wrong right that second.
Oh yeah, right the second when you bowl in and start shooting. We all had that feeling.
But you know what was funny, right? Was that then the whole arc of this campaign came to a head on the roof, right? So the Holloway executives, who they want to sell to, who they want to protect, they're trying to get into a helicopter. Meanwhile, one of their biggest rivals, who's this cyborg called Adam Smasher, he's driving in an AV, which is a flying car. He's driving to the roof. He looks angry, and he's got Sabro, the Arasaka boss, in the other seat. They shoot down his fucking thing. He goes down and smashes into the building, then meets them on the roof. He climbs through a vent. But chasing them was Biotechnica in a helicopter with their CEO in Metal Gear armor, which is like the biggest armor that you can get.
Yeah.
And he's sniping people one-handed. And then... So there was like 4 different factions, including Eddie and the Deads and Sean, like
and
fighting on this roof. First thing Sean fucking does, right? He runs up. I say the Holloway executives, they don't know you from Adam, right? Even though you're on their side and you're trying to protect them, so they do point their guns at you. You could say something, but Sean just slashes one of them in the back, killing them immediately.
No, I actually used karate. I didn't slash.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, he beat the fuck out of it.
But
he just destroyed him.
And it was funny because I could. Shut up.
Hold on. I would like to point out that I wasn't trying to kill them. I was trying to knock them out and put them in the helicopter. Therefore,
that is not what you said.
That's what
you tried to fucking retcon it as you. It's like, oh no, I wanted to knock them out.
It was funny though because what happened was I could see the other 2 players at the table. They you know when somebody's itching to speak and they're like, and I was like, no, shh, let's see what he does. Let's give the boy a chance.
Yeah,
and he's like, because karate or any martial arts in Cyberpunk, they are a rate of fire 2, so that means you hit incredibly fast. So he hits, rolls 2 damages. So he just goes up to this, just a fucking desk jockey and just goes bam, bam, kills him immediately.
I must have paralysed him, something. I don't know.
Oh mate!
But the good thing about Cyberpunk is similar to Cabbage World.
Cabbage World, yeah.
It's based on like a set of skirmish game rules, right? So the combat is really fun, and most of the night was this combat, and a lot of really fucking crazy stuff happened. So they're trying to wrestle this thing away from 3 different fucking corporations at the same time, and it was kind of funny because okay, so the Holloway guys, they get to the helicopter, but they don't have a pilot, and then it's funny because they said they said to the team, they're like, where's my assistant Craig? He's supposed to fly the helicopter. And Sean just went, Craig's dead, man. And then, so who tries to fly the helicopter, right? It's Truth, the media. His thing is rumours. It's cameras, it's YouTube, and he gets into the helicopter, and James is like, right, I'm going to try and fly the helicopter. Okay, all right, give me pilot air vehicle then, and obviously he doesn't have that, and he just gets up, he smashes straight into a newly built orphanage next to the fucking tower. He miraculously survives, but the two Holloway executives are dead now, right? No. So there are two remaining ones. Yeah. And then fucking the fire's raging, right? Long story short is that they win, and they people are injured, they're fucked up, but they get the fucking recipe, and they manage to fend off all the people that were trying to kill them. Yep. But now the building's on fire, it's starting to collapse, right? Because at this point the fire's gone out of control. So the hacker jumps over to the other building and puts a rope across it. James then goes across the rope. Yep. He also he does something else, but we'll talk about that in a second. So he jumps across, but Sean, there's on top of the building. He's got a broken arm, which happened during the fight, so he can't climb across the rope. Sean, tell him what you did. Speak up.
What did I do?
The air mattress.
Oh yeah, I pumped up an air mattress so I could sort of fall to safety.
Imagine that, right? He's 13 floors up.
I was waiting for that moment, but to be fair, when I thought of that idea, it was more of a 2-story, 3-story type thing.
Yeah. But yeah, so he pumps it up really quickly, leaps off a building into a dumpster below, and I was like, well, do you know what? I'll give you a +1. I said, you're not going to roll to see if you do it successfully. All you're doing is rolling a death save at that point, right? But I said I'll give you a +1 to it because I think that was fair because he was thrown into a dumpster.
Yeah, and that +1 saved him.
If it weren't for that, he would have died. Like it was literally like that.
Harrison almost forgot about the +1.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, you smash into the dumpster, a big red cloud showering over the orphanage. Yeah. All the orphans that have just seen their home burned down. No. But no, yeah, so he did survive, but he was all sorts of fucked up, and he got 2 critical injuries from jumping into the bin. So he had a Prongles can, which is an off-brand Pringles, lodged into his head, and broken ribs, a broken arm. You were really fucked up.
I got that taken care of. Like, it cost a lot of money, but I got it taken care of.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Nice.
That's sort of like team money.
Yeah.
You're just the most trustworthy character, I think.
It's the she owns all the money.
Yeah. So the cool thing is, speaking of which, Tiffany, your character, is an executive, right?
Yeah.
So in the event that all the Holloway board is dead, who does the company default to? And it's going to be Tiffany, but. Obviously, the building's fucked up. But you've got a good insurance payout from it. So he's got a lot of money, but he might need to use it to rebuild the Holloway
stuff. Right. Oof. Interesting.
And so she's also sold the documents to the company, so she now sort of legally owns them.
Nice.
It's a bit more of a.
Okay. What about the other 2 corps?
What? No. So because their leaders have now recently died.
Right.
They're sort of everyone's trying to rebuild at this point.
I gotcha.
It costs a lot of money basically. But the big twist was that essentially the hackers got cryptography. So as James is selling the documents, he's taking pictures of it and trying to sell it online to his own company.
Yeah.
I said to the hacker to give me a cryptography roll, and he's like, his character's autistic, like so he kind of sees it like Beautiful Mind style.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And he's like, shit, there's code embedded within the recipe, right? And the real thing is that it's Arasaka, the Japanese corporation. It's their soul killer code, and what it is a way to download somebody's consciousness into a computer so that you can torture them forever.
Without
it's supposed to be an incentive to not attack them.
Yeah.
And now they've got it.
Oh, so, nice.
Well, they've got the code for
They've got the code
so
to
Arasaka also have it.
So the hacker's going to try and sort of reverse engineer or understand it so he can basically use it to upload fallen comrades into androids.
Yeah, they want to make it like a good one, and maybe you can if somebody dies, you can put them in a toaster. Or
I reckon we should go toe to toe with Arasaka. Maybe like in the as a final move, like the head bloke, we just like do him in that.
Just bring Eddie and the Deads, mate.
Eddie, nah.
The new.
Well, the head bloke was a guy called Saburo Arasaka, and he died when his car hit your fucking
Yeah, but
building.
his son's taken over, isn't he?
Yeah, his son,
okay.
Yorinobu. He's now the boss, and so things are in turmoil. Like things are changing, and this might be a time also just to make alliances. You know, if you wanted to. But the thing is, it's like your character's a rocker, and this is corporations. Like, I don't know, like, but then you did already record an advert for Diet Toothpaste. It was supposed to be like when they did the meeting, which never fucking happened because you just shut the lobby up. And he recorded this advert. It was like, my name's Sledge from Surgeon the Orcs, and I may put my life at risk with all the drugs I take, but I never put my teeth at risk. Diet Toothpaste. It was so fucking perfect.
Nice.
But yeah, that is it for Cyberpunk Arc 1. So that's where we're at currently. And
awesome.
hopefully, we'll see where it goes. I think in the next session we'll just kind of do like massive amounts of downtime and see where these guys want to take it. Because, well, the ball's in your court at the moment, really.
Yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot of options, really. But yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, hacking. So just to go over it quickly, because it is ever so slightly different to the old one, which was unbelievably complicated.
That's right.
So a big part of Cyberpunk Red is that a nuke hit the city. Well, it didn't hit the city. It was set off by a rocker boy called Johnny Silverhand. And at that point, basically the internet in Night City reset to kind of being like local. So it means that if you want to hack something, you have to get onto their network physically. So so for example, the hacker has contortionist as one of his skills, so that he often puts himself into a briefcase and mails himself somewhere to get into the building.
Very good.
But yeah, it's all done physically, but it kind of works using essential mechanics. So it's like, it works like combat. So you have weapon programs, you have programs that will help you sneak, programs that will help you find your way in net architecture. And then if you meet ice, black ice or demons, which are basically security, you just fight them in normal combat.
Right, okay.
The big difference being that because the stuff that's happening in the hackers, in the net space is so fast, depending on your hacker rank, you get more actions in net space. So currently, as Sphinx is a level 5, I think he gets 4 now. So he gets 4 actions for every one, the other part you get.
Awesome.
Yeah, but it's very good. It's very decent.
Sounds
and he's got like quite a good few programs. Like he's got one called Sword, which is just an attack. He's got one that gives him armor. And then there's another one called See Ya, and that doesn't mean what you think, because it means CYA, cover your ass. So it's for erasing trails.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, it's good. It's very good. It's a very, very good game. I'm enjoying the fuck out of it.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, man. It's fucking tasty as shit.
Yeah, it sounds hilarious.
So we've been going way long on what you've been saying, but I just wanted to give a quick shout out, because I've been buying a few adventures on Drive Through RPG. I got one just based solely on the name.
Yes.
It's called What Ho? Frog Demons.
So
and it's just pretty cool. I mean, check it out. It's for Labyrinth Lord. What it is like a hex crawl, so it's a very mini setting, which is very frog based.
Oh,
I love it.
Oh, wait.
And that's it for what we've been saying.
No.
Right, shall we do a main subject?
Ooh, yes.
Fuck up. Yeah.
Main. Subject. Magic. Main. Subject. Tokyo. Main. Subject.
Oh, fucked it. I was trying to loop it. But anyway. So the main subject. The reason that I wanted to do Reinventing the Tournament RPG, I will get into it a bit, because I think this is quite a good. I think I've come up with an idea that's going to make us rich.
Okay,
go on then.
Right.
So copyright.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. First of all, copyright. If anyone copies this, right, we are very litigious.
Yeah.
Famously.
Yeah.
Right? We got lawyers.
Yeah.
We got lawyers. No, money down. Right? So just remember that. So tournament modules, for those that don't know, is essentially back in the day, right, when Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson first made D&D, it was all about, that go back to the town, sell the shit, go back down the dungeon, make a little bit more progress. It was a very methodical, slow thing, right? And the dungeons were huge and would take months of play. And when they started demoing D&D at conventions, it was kind of like, well, we can't do one of these in a day. So what we'll do is we do slightly shorter ones that maybe take, half a day to do. but will make them incredibly hard. So getting through it is like the challenge, right? And it's like you'll get a pat on the back from all your nerd comrades if you get through the Temple of Elemental Weevils, for example. Which is probably what the Hackmaster version is called, because they are that good. Yeah, and that's really how tournament RPGs came about. I mean, nowadays, I don't really know if many people play them, because I don't see them often at conventions, except for in DCC circles.
People usually just do one-shots these days, isn't it?
Well, exactly. And the DCC sort of tournament format is very loose and not very defined. In fact, I can't find many places that agree on exactly how to do it. Like, some people will go, okay, everyone gets one character. If you survive to the end, you win. And you have 16 players around the table, and they just get like a horror movie. Like they walk into a trap. Okay, that's your 5 minutes done. See you later.
Yeah.
And then maybe people that are waiting jump in, and so on and so on. Some people do it where, say, I was playing with you three. I'd give you a stack of 6 characters each. You play the top one when he dies, and then if for the amount of encounters you survive, you get a point.
Yeah.
And then you win the game, right? Which is kind of okay, but the problem is, imagine if this was a real tournament. Imagine if this was like we were playing, Dungeon Crawl Classics, the international tournament, whatever, right? It's quite loosely defined, and it is very much up to how the GM treats you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So even though he's a referee in DCC, you could have somebody that's incredibly harsh, or you could have somebody that's incredibly kind. So I've come up with a new tournament format, right?
Yeah.
See, me and Sean have been playing Dota 2, and that's a MOBA, like a very difficult multiplayer battle arena game, right? And Sean is not a very good support, but he's thinking of switching, and you got the fundamentals down. But I was thinking, right, Dota for like 10 years has been one of the biggest esports out there because it's a clearly defined set of rules, and it's got the meta changes every so often. And I thought, what if we could do that for RPGs, right? We'd be millionaires. If there was a Dungeons and Dragons World Tournament, and it had clearly defined rules and wasn't open to exploitation. So I'm going to pitch it to you guys, and you try and if you can think of any holes in it, tell me. But I can assure you there aren't. And if you do tell me, I'm going to fucking kill you.
So don't.
So first of all, I'll start with the format, and then I'll get into how this is going to make us millionaires, right?
Okay.
So similarly, I'm not going to compare it to esports, but yeah. So here's how it works, right? So you get teams of 4 people, 4 or 5, whatever, but yeah, probably 4 people, and you fight each other in set arenas, like so they'll have like 5 maps that rotate and get determined randomly. You fight each other, and you also get given a bunch of monsters that you control on their initiative turn as well.
Oh, PvP.
Yes, so it's PvP. So here's what happens. 2 teams fight each other. They get monsters equal to half the CR of the other team.
Yeah.
And then they fight each other. So, and the match is presided over by a referee whose job it is just to make sure everything is happen as like rules as written. And yeah, there's 5 maps and preset characters. So let's say season 1 of Dungeons and Dragons World Tournament starts. There's for how many classes are there in basic? Like not
about
basic.
7.
I think there's probably about like 15. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because there's like anyway, the base classes, right? So you have a character, a tournament legal build of each character, and then you then players get to pick from a pool. So first of all, it'll be like each team gets to ban 1 or 2 classes they don't want to go against.
Yeah.
Then they get to pick one, the other team picks one, the other team picks one. Then the picking phase is over. You get put in an arena with your controlled monsters, your characters. Each person on their turn has 1 minute to decide their action, and they're allowed to confer with their team. And if we were watching this on TV, you could listen in, and they'd have commentators as well explaining what's going on.
Oh my god!
He's like,
He wants to go for the mage hand.
Magic missile!
Wow.
If he upgrades that mage hand, he could get the whole mage, but we'll have to wait and see. And so it'll kind of be like that, right?
Yeah.
And it'll be a little bit like chess, but a bit more like blitz chess, because it'll be like you have 1 minute to decide.
Yeah.
And the monsters as well, like, but it'll be like really, really like stringent initiative. Probably a computer will do it, right?
You have like a certain amount of monster allowance per certain amount of turns.
So how would that work as well? Would it be like set monsters or set amount of spend to buy monsters?
I was thinking that spending to buy would leave it really, like if you had, because it would be half the CR of the other team. So let's say, for example, the other or your team, both teams are all playing level 1. And there's 4 of them. So you get 2 CR of monsters. So you could have 4 kobolds.
Yeah, or 1 something else.
Yeah, 1 slard.
Yeah. Slard. But that's cool because that brings tactics into it, right? So you might have if they pick characters that are maybe a little bit more squishy for whatever reason, or they might go for 1 big monster. Or if they're going for a bit more of a kind of raging, they might want.
See, I like that, but I was considering. I think that would actually work better. But I was considering making it standard for which map you're playing.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool.
I think also it'd be really cool if there was sort of a mode as well, and instead of like the arena, the 5 arenas, like each team could pick half of an arena, so you put the 2 halves together. And
So it's sort of like the radiant side and the dire side.
That's cool. So you pick their half and they pick your half.
No, you pick yours.
What about if it's like Mortal Kombat, and if you get a certain move, you smash them to a lower level, and it's like a different arena?
See, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Like a dungeon.
The way I'm kind of thinking of it is like we have, because StarCraft 2 is another in air quotes esport that I watch, and it's like they've used the same maps for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And maybe every couple of years, like a new one will be added.
They'll put like a couple more trees somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. This is the part I couldn't really work out what I wanted to do with it, right? Because is it just, 4 heroes, a couple of monsters, fight 4 heroes and a couple of monsters, or is there an objective?
You could,
because it could be like a capture the flag situation.
You could have
that'd be cool.
You could have like a bomb situation or a CTF type situation in there if you wanted to, or you could just have a regular death match.
Yeah, I personally think deathmatch will probably be the way to go, and maybe have some environmental things on certain maps or whatever.
Yeah.
But like standardised ones.
The items would be really cool that you could buy as well, isn't it?
Like, would you say like in Dota there'll be a shopkeeper on the map?
Yeah.
That would be fucking cool. But you'd have to decide in a minute.
Either that or it'd be on each side of your...
It'd be like...
It'd be on the beginning bit of your map. Innit?
But then why not just buy items before the game starts?
Well, how do you make that, or can you make money through the game?
It'd be like a refill. Like when you the racing car, and then you have to... You know that you need to replenish something because your items...
You go in a pit stop.
Yeah.
People like, take off your legs.
You like, redo your armour because it's taking a batter in, and then you need to like put it back together.
Yeah, the only problem with that is I was thinking that I think the heroes would have to be between like 5 and 7th level. Otherwise, it's just going to take forever. And if you have replenishing and a shop where you can buy healing potions... I think the items...
Oh, no healing potions.
No healings.
But I think the items would be standardised to which character you're playing, which tournament-approved character you're playing.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, Wizards, when you hire us to do this, right, all of the characters will be made by us. So the balancing is all down to how the characters are made. So essentially, the bracket would be like a best of 3, and you would then do, group stage, knockout stage, finals, all of this stuff. And I think it would be really good. But here's the fucking kicker, right? That is a very simple way to make a good tournament RPG that's PvP based on the most popular rules ever, that could make a lot of money if it had a nice slick production to it, right? But here's the genius, right? The characters that you buy they come with Wizards of the Coast's branded miniatures and character sheets, and if you want to play tournaments in your local area,
you must own.
You have to own that mini, right?
Yeah.
You have to own that character.
Yeah.
And every new season, so once a year, we bring out a set of new characters. So you can use the existing classes, but in different ways.
You're sort of giving Wizards of the Coast money now.
No, I'm not, because we copyrighted this fucking idea.
Yeah, they can't touch it.
They can't.
But they have the money to start it up for us.
That's what I'm saying. Hire me, please.
We've got a legal team working in the background right now.
Yeah.
They're lawyers, right? Well, and be afraid because they're Oh no, God, I'm not editing this one. Right, ignore what I just said.
Guys, could I excuse myself for a couple of minutes, please?
What is wrong with you?
Well, I need to go to the gentleman's room.
He's a Jimmy.
Oh my God! Live on air request. You should just go, mate.
Just go now.
Just duck out. We'll carry on.
No.
I just had to put 4 no's in there because. Yeah, by the way, I've got a sampler going here, guys. I should have mentioned that earlier. I've put only the essentials. I've got the explosion, the nope, the perfect. In case somebody says something really good, like that's absolute fire, I've got the fire extinguisher.
Oh my god.
But yeah, in addition to selling the characters, so that's what we'll call it. We'll call it like you're buying the character. So you get the sheet on a nice bit of card.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, let's not go crazy. 180 GSM.
Okay.
Right, save money. And then you get a really decent miniature. Probably one that you have to like build a little
Pre-painted?
bit. Oh god, no. Oh god.
No, that's part of it. No, that's part of it. You have to take time. You have to paint it in order to play, because it shows that you're serious.
That's a rule. I'm painting minis. Get out of here.
What's kind of cool is that like people will paint in team colours.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of fun.
True. Yeah.
So that's kind
and it's also an opportunity to sell them more paints.
Oh, love it.
And guess what? Every season we add one new map. That's going to cost you a fortune, mate.
Yeah.
Basically, the 5 initial maps, if you want to play locally or practice with your mates, you have to buy the maps too.
And with paint and maps, right, there's specific colours which must be incorporated in the painting. If you do not meet the criteria, you can fuck right off.
It's not.
So, sorry, you're using season 1 colours?
Non-compliant, mate. Get out.
Because then there you go. That's it. Fucking cash grabbers.
Oh, mate. Referee has to wear a uniform.
Oh yeah, always.
Well, that's not. Sorry, that is annoying.
Full up.
So the table setup would be map in the middle. Referee sits at halfway point.
Yep.
2 teams sit either side, looking at each other.
That's what I was thinking. Like big table.
Yeah.
Nice big map.
Do you reckon
probably
you'd
for the
use
world tournaments, it would be the
digital
maps,
map?
but they're made of terrain.
Yeah.
Right. But if you want to practice at home, you can buy the Wizards of the Coast branded official tournament maps.
The 3T official tournament maps.
Yep.
Sponsored by Wizard of the Coast.
Sponsored by.
But on a non-cynical level, and in fact, on a cynical level, this is a really good idea and could make a lot of money. Like, that's the one area I know you've got skirmish games, right? But which of those do you watch on TV?
No, that's right.
If Wizards of the Coast streamed competitive D&D via their Twitch channel, I would probably give it a watch, and it would be really, really entertaining. But the reason I bring the money up, and the reason that my idea about selling characters and you, James, with you, the new season's paints and stuff like this, is because that's what drives Wizards of the Coast. And we have, by the way, copyright all over this shit, so you're going to have to pay us big money.
Your big bucks.
Yeah,
We'll come and organise it for you. As a esport expert, I've been playing Dota for a week.
I know it all.
I know everything there is to know.
I know absolutely everything.
So yeah, sort of buy the idea, please. That is pretty much it. I mean, it's just my sort of very quick idea for tournament D&D. But what do you guys think? Is there any changes that you would make?
I think it's really good, and the couple of variant modes would be really cool, like the bomb and the.
That is absolutely never going to happen.
What do you mean?
Because you can't have variant modes. An esport has to be a single mode.
No, but if you had like deathmatch, bomb, and CTF, I think that'd be...
In professional Counter-Strike, it's only bomb.
Well, like, screw
in Dota 2, right? There's the one game mode, one map.
Don't you think that'd be really good though? Like,
it would, but we're not marketing it to the casuals. The casuals are the ones that are going to be watching
it. No, but this is not casual. Like CTF,
No, I know it's not fucking casual, but the casuals are the ones watching it. The pros are playing it, and you need a decent balanced game.
Yeah.
That has one mode.
I think
in baseball, do they suddenly play it like one day, but everyone has to use a bat that's made out of rubber or whatever? Or suddenly everyone has to wear platform shoes. I mean, it would make it more interesting, but it would be a mockery.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair point. Yeah.
So it's a straight up team deathmatch.
Team deathmatch.
So, is it once the whole team's wiped out, the other team wins?
Yes.
What about subs?
Oh, now you're talking. See, that would be pretty cool. It's like, we need a paladin. And then you see this fat nerd sort of walking over with, like, eating Cheetos.
Maybe you get, like, one sub,
like BMT
a tournament.
Yeah, a tournament.
So you have to choose at which stage you use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Most people keep it to the end.
Yeah.
But if you're fucking in a dire situation in the first game, then you're going to have to.
You pull your sub.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think, there should be like an approved range of subs that you can have. Maybe they're sort of sub monsters.
Yeah, that would be cool. Imagine if it was like, you couldn't you can like you can
guy.
sub out a monster in favour of like a level 0 PC that comes in. It's the shopkeeper, and he comes out and he's like, oh, what's going on here? You know, the thing is, you wouldn't role play, right? It's just a game where you're fighting each other. It would be cool if people did do that too. Just like, and then the judges would give them extra points.
Oh,
the
yes.
referee, if you like, one of them would go, "You killed my father," and he's like, "Oh, he's gone for the 'you killed my father' approach." That's going to net 2 points, and he smashes it out of the park. He's crying. Those are real tears, lady and gentlemen. Lady,
one lady.
Let's be honest, that's the way it would be.
And like, if the shopkeeper acted out, like, if you went shopping, you'd have to act out the shopkeeper as well. Like, whoa, hello, strange.
You're trying to do it on the clock. You're like, come on, hurry up! I've only got a minute for this turn.
I'd like to tell you about my wares.
I have travelled many a sea. Where to come to this? Oh God!
Give me the jar of whispers.
He's like, oh, he's got the talkative shopkeeper. How's he going to deal with this?
Do you reckon
He's shut him down. He's pretending to be deaf.
Do you reckon they should have like sort of stonking items that, like, you know, they get better and better all the time? Like at the end you'll have deck of many things and stuff like that.
Oh, that would be cool. Like returning to the shop, like late game, to try and get something, but the enemy's trying to stop you from getting there.
Yeah.
Because they know you're going to get deck of many things or apparatus of the crab, which are the two best items in D&D, by the way.
Apparatus of the crab.
It's a barrel that you sit in, and then it grows legs, and you pilot it around.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful item.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
All right, but I mean, we got silly here, right? And this idea. I'm trying to get us to the big time. No, that is a great idea, but I think
I want to play it, like, but we don't know 8 people, so
Careful.
no, we don't know 8 people. That's the trouble. But we could change the tournament format to allow for like teams of 3, and then we could maybe do it if we pulled in, you know.
I think for 3v3 to 5v5 is good. I think that's the only thing I suppose.
To make it more watchable, I reckon I'd go 3v3 there. But the cool thing is, like, but I do think like this could be a real money spinner.
We're sitting on something here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have the inclination or the time or the patience to actually do anything about all the money. But
all 4 of
that's
us.
why I'm hoping that Wizards of the Coast will hire all of us.
Yeah, we'll just get a phone call.
Wizards of the Coast, you can't have this idea.
We copyrighted. We said copyright. That's
You have to ask us.
Ask us. Copy wrong if you don't ask
That's
us.
right.
Copy wrong.
Copy wrong.
You copied gone, mate.
Yeah. Have that.
Yeah, well, that is it. That is it for Reinventing Tournament RPGs. I'd like to see what the listeners think of this one, because I personally think if you're between campaigns and you fancy a night of just players killing each other, this would be quite a fun thing to do.
Absolutely.
Right? Just be like, we'll do a skirmish game tonight, people killing each other. You have to remember, the first ever RPG campaign, the Western Gunfight one, that started from people fighting each other at the table.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
You know, it could be a good...
Do you know, I have actually thought of this for a long time, considering like where, you know, the D&D...
Do you think the government's putting micro machines in cheese?
Machines?
No, I meant nano machines, not micro machines. Do you think the government
Hot
is
Wheels, mate. Okay, right. No.
Voice to chip in the brain?
Voice to chip in the brain. No, right, look. What I was going to say is I have thought of this for a while, considering that like we were playing the D&D board game and it has many different parts and stuff. And you could basically do a skirmish. And now I've been thinking of doing skirmishes for a while, but I mean, this is just.
Have you thought of playing a skirmish game?
No, I don't. Like, it's not my thing. I mean, like.
Well, why do you want to do it then?
Well, I want to do it in like an RPG type thing, not like a sort of Warhammer sort of BO type.
But it is an RPG, but skirmish.
But all this is like, it's not even a mod. It's using the original D&D rules to make tournament D&D. I know they could just make a skirmish game, but the thing is the fan base of D&D is already so huge.
It's massive.
Yeah. It's tens of people.
There's a 3T RPG tournament.
Here we go.
See, that would be good.
Oh,
What if we did Savage Con next year, and then we did like a tournament? Like,
yes, we should come as a team.
Get uniforms.
We should be against everyone. And then, you know, like team, when because we got like prizes and that, there could be an additional one for the.
It'd be like that Splitgate tournament. It'd be like, there's £100 in prizes, up for grabs in prizes. And it'd be like, you win a new toaster. But no, that would be sick though. What if we did it like if we did 2v2 Savage Worlds pre-approved characters made by yours truly.
Yep.
And then people battle it out.
That's sick. We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
All right, there you go.
Just piping the Street Fighter OST throughout, and then so there you go.
There you go.
All right, well that is it for the main subject. Shall we do some electronic letters?
Please.
Yes.
In the future, you will be able to send a letter or parcel from anywhere on the planet. This, sir, is the electro.
I want a bit cray on the old bloody echo there, but sorry. I'm really sorry about how bad my DJing skills are this time, but they will get better, I promise you. So electro letters, this is where we do your letters, basically, innit?
Yep. Yeah. You know what I mean?
First one comes in from the Buttman. He says, if you played a post-apocalyptic game, what's your favourite flavour? Zomboids? Mutants? Slightly irritated Max? Something else? Start with Nick. You're a big zombie, aren't you?
I like zomboids, yeah. Do love a zombie game. Yeah, probably post-apocalyptic zombie hell.
Post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic. Yeah, there's no politics.
Post-political.
It's just zombies.
That's the good thing about zombies. They don't judge.
They're not political. That's the one good thing you got to say about them.
They will eat anyone. LGBT or Q.
Yum yum nom nom.
Nom nom.
Or plus.
That's the beauty of life, really.
Yeah, eating them.
Oh, that is.
You got to eat life.
I feel like that.
Like, it doesn't matter what race, where they come from, just eat them.
Just eat
Sean,
them.
you're speaking a lot of fire right now.
Just put him out.
No, but seriously, my favourite genre of post-apocalyptic, I like a good science fantasy, like musical classics.
Classics.
Milton Croc classics.
Sorry, I take over Mike.
Yeah, I love that. Love a sci-fi.
Because I like the weirdness of it, honestly. Like, because I like the whole thing of like being a tribe of barbarians that stumble across some ancient thing that uses like highly advanced technology. I find it funny.
It's really good.
Cool. I like that type of shit. James, how about you? Post-apocalyptic games. What's your favourite flave?
Well, Sean's run the most, and there's quite a lot, and I quite like his flavour because it's got a lot of mutants.
Okay.
So Fallout.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something, like an embarrassing fact about Sean? Is that right? You know that little mascot character? Don't say anything. But the mascot character in Fallout, what's he called?
Vault Boy, isn't it?
Yep. Sean. Right, because he's the symbol of the Vault Tech Corporation, right? Sean thought he was called Fallout Lad. Right?
Fallout Lad.
So it's like the characters in the universe are aware that they're in a game called Fallout and they've named their mascot after
Fallout Lad.
What's even sadder is I've played New Vegas about 20 times.
Oh, mate. Do you know why he's doing the thumbs up?
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a thing about if the nuclear explosion is like above the thumb, you're too close or something, and apparently that's why he's doing the thumbs up.
Oh,
I don't know if that's
actually a good
true
fact,
or
Nick.
not.
Well done.
Thanks. I don't know if that's true
Dr.
or not.
Rofatnik.
Sean, what's your favourite flavour of Apocalypse?
Well, I'd probably say Fallout, but Fallout's number one. Where those mutants, they're trying to get back to civilization. There kind of is civilization, but it's still very brutal.
Why do you always get so angry? Why do you get so? It's like when you really high. They want to get back to civilization, but I ain't get back to civilization.
Really fast.
So yeah,
the soul to the man with the wispy face.
Yeah, no, because Fallout's good, really good. But also I like zombies and also
but it's just one.
And also I like turtles.
I kind of like turtles, and sort of that zomboloid flavour, and also Mad Max sort of flavour. Yeah.
So Yorkus Rex, he comes in. He says, "Have you ever been in a physical fight during an RPG session? Things go wrong. Tempers flare, then the bare knuckle LARP combat begins. If so, what prompted it, and what could have been done to defuse the situation?"
I just imagined a bunch of fat nerds with Iron Maiden shirts.
You guys seen Bridget Jones's Diary?
Yeah.
You know, in the second one when Hugh Grant and what's his face are fighting, and it's like the wimpiest thing ever, like getting each other in like headlocks and that. That's how it would be.
I've never seen one.
We never have. Don't think we ever will.
No.
We do like funny digs and like like in the break, there'll be a choke or something, but that's just because we're winding each other up.
I think that did happen once, like where we wrestled somebody to the ground during a break. But I don't.
Yeah, you and Ryan.
Nick, you've shown off your kung fu manoeuvres.
Well, that's why.
Almost died.
That's why, because we saw that creaking old man kick, and we just thought, no, don't want to fuck with him. Because I would have fought you, but now I know that you're
your explanation.
It was like
we've had some.
It was a creak like wood. Like if you step on a creak,
it was really bad.
It was quite bad, quite old sound.
I think we've had some, like people get mad and
we had some rage quitting type things, but that's it. There's never.
I remember very early on,
physical.
James, you getting very ragey because you were mispronouncing the word dagger, and we were relentless about it. But then we did the same thing to another one of our players called Ryan, where he said chimney instead of chimney.
Chimney, yeah.
But I thought, because we told him, we said at the time it's chimney, and then he was like, well, all right, whatever, like that. And then he goes, right, I go down to chimney. And I thought he was joking because he just said it wrong again.
Well. I did.
Right, and so I sort of started taking the piss, and he got really angry because...
And then it was like a few seconds later, he's like, oh shit, sorry. I don't know what got angry
about chimney. It's just amazing, like, you tell him right there and then. That's not how it's said. And then he's like... Oh, so I go down a chimney.
Right. So although, after looking it up, it is a valid Old English term for chimney. Chimney is just an old way
Old
to
English
say it.
technically is not a different language. It's just the words have been phased out and pronounced differently. But I also don't call my friends fellows and say pub.
I do. Hello, fellows. You go up to Mary, go to the public house.
3 gentlemen went into a pub. 3 fellows gleefully their hands did rub. Right, so that is it. No, we've never been in a fight, but... I do have the RPG No Murdered, where one of the alternate rules is that you have to beat the GM in a contest of strength to succeed.
Okay.
Oh, mate, you'd be fucked, mate. You're weak.
Well, that's the trouble, because I feel like, that, right, and also, after one arm wrestle, I'm done, mate.
That's retired.
Do you like one of the only people I know that doesn't exercise?
Fuck off. That's such a dick. Yeah, but it's annoying because he's right. But my wife keeps telling me to work out more, and I'm like, look, but why do I need to? I never leave my house.
Yeah.
If I got muscles, I wouldn't be using them for anything.
Make you happy.
Exactly.
It doesn't.
Muscles? No, they don't.
But exercising makes me sad.
Yeah.
Because it's tiring.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I'm just, but you enjoy it. I'm like, no, because I hate it.
I go for a long run, and then you get back in and your mouth tastes like blood, you're hot.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, can't wait for that. Oh.
Yeah, no thanks.
But so I've managed to keep my trim figure. My boyish good looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
My hair might be going grey,
but it's still there.
But it's still there. I've got
That's it.
Yeah. Still a bat, mate. Yeah, I'm still a bat. Judge Matthew, he says, do you prefer playing characters that resemble your personality or that are the opposite, or at least very different to yours?
Oh, that's a good question.
Neither.
I think it's fun.
I just don't like to play characters. Full stop. Fuck right off.
No, I like playing all different characters.
Yeah.
So if I play a character that interests me because I'm interested to see how it will pan out, then once the next game starts, I will then try and play something that's completely opposite to that last one. Do you see what I mean? So it's always a new challenge.
I do like there is what is it? I do like the kind of sad orphan theme for a character. Just because, not because I am
you're not
a sad
orphan, but you are an orphan.
But it's no, just because it's like an interesting one to play for.
Sometimes like little similarities to your life.
Oh yeah, little echoes, tiny echoes. Like I mean, my characters are generally quite. Kind.
Well, I also notice I play characters that are deeply impatient, which is a lot like me.
But then, if I've played too many nice characters, I'll then play Balthazar because that was very refreshing.
Yeah, to be an arsehole.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The thing is, I like playing all different types. Like sometimes when you come with a new concept, you're like, I've never played a character like this before. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of different methods that we all use, but I mean,
puns mainly.
Puns is normally the jumping off point, isn't it?
Yeah. You
playing a rocking wizard called Thin Wizzy.
And Christina Aguilera.
Christina Aguilera was fucking amazing. Fuck you.
Surprisingly, that is a gorilla. But you can go with that. You can go with like the name, which is like the worst method ever. And one that I do is. what kind of mood you're in. So I was sort of in a sort of a Stanley Hudson type.
Oh God!
You know, I was in that kind of mood. But there's also like going the opposite of.
Start shouting again.
Sorry. Yeah, like there's also going the opposite of you. But so most of the time I like the level-headed sort of guy.
Like Rex Baxter.
Yeah.
I find it interesting thinking.
That's sort of like
sorry.
me. That's a bit of me, I think. But like this time I've gone for the opposite. I've gone for a dumb meathead. So
that's true, but he is a character that you're reprising from a previous campaign,
true,
and he's fucking great.
Yeah.
Like,
I say, I'm thinking about characters at a table that we've played. I find it interesting, and I think it's correct that only me and Harrison have played most of women characters.
Yeah, that's. I like playing ladies because I am a man.
I just can't do
So
the
it's
voice.
nice playing somebody a bit different. Yeah, that's the problem with playing. Like in my previous characters, where I've gone, I don't want to have to talk like this the whole time.
Yeah.
So I've been like, look, my character's a lady, but I'm just going to do like an accent.
I think
But then it's like
you
you always get to a point where, oh yeah, I forgot Sarah was a woman.
Yeah, it's
like,
true,
we're
yeah.
like,
You guys, you Harrison and James are good at doing the voices and also being relatable, being like a woman, like kind of thing. So I mean, not like
faggy.
it's a bit of a fucking dig there.
No,
Cheers,
no,
mate.
well,
you guys are a bit.
Yeah,
feminine.
you're good at being a woman,
No,
right? Because you fucking
got
all you're good
womanly
is
features. No, I'm
you're like brass. I'm trying those weak arms.
I'm trying to be good. Like, I mean, I'm trying to be nice. Like, you guys are good at acting as women, so I sort of leave that to you.
Acting.
I was sort of worried that I I wouldn't be able to do a woman, but I just leave the women to you guys.
One day you'll get to do it.
You walked right into that one.
So the next one, shut up. The next one.
Oh, sorry.
The next one comes in from Sid the Squid. Have you ever had to institute a no drinking policy at the game table because one player was just off the rails being drunk every time they showed up? No. But we have to. It's a player that we don't play anymore. Who we had to institute a don't get really fucking stoned.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Smoking his fat bat.
It was like he'd have a fat bat on the way, fat bat when he got there, in the break. Then one on the way.
It's really sort of incoherent. It's just took the fun out of it.
He was a bit smelly
and fat.
No, he smelled quite bad of it, and then also his eyes were like letterboxes. And then
wow.
You see, at the end of the game, I'd be like, Pete, you're right. Oh. And he'd be like, sorry. No. Not him. Someone else. And he'd be like, John, what are you all right, man? He'd be like, yeah.
So five
like he hasn't done anything in about an hour.
Every 5 minutes there'll be some like grunting, but
yeah. So no, we haven't.
No, we haven't. No. But we did have to institute that rule. I don't mind people being drunk as long as they're still fun.
Yeah,
that's it.
Right.
I mean, if shit gets rowdy, that's actually quite a good sign.
Yeah,
No, it's good.
Yeah, we were quite rowdy the other day. I mean, we weren't drunk the other day, but we were super rowdy.
Oh, it was wicked.
I was drunk.
Well, I was a bit drunk, but not like off my trolley. Like
that's when the meme soundboard came out again during Sean's game.
Yeah,
and it was like it got really hype at one point because our friend Rob, he was rolling and he got loads and loads of explosions, and we're going like this, and I was playing that. You know that of the black guys with the reaction where it's like they're like that meme.
In Sean's face going, fuck! Fuck!
Yeah.
I was like, sorry, Sean, but fuck!
So James is moving soon, so the gloves are off a little bit in terms of the noise. And we did go a bit mental. A bit too mental, maybe. Yeah. But I like playing a really long meme on the soundboard and then sort of like looking into Sean's eyes.
Oh my god!
He's like, damn son,
just damn son. What I liked was there was a completely appropriate one. I don't know what meme it's for, but somebody rolled 3 explosions. I found one that's like a kid going, "Oh baby, a triple!"
It's really annoying because I'm like, right, I'll bring the soundboard to your Cyberpunk game.
I'm like, no, mate.
No, you got to bring a fitting soundboard, and then I'm like, well, you think
Sean, if you'd have told me not to use the soundboard, I would have stopped.
Well, I
it's
did.
Your no, you fucking didn't.
I did.
No. You said maybe it's soon, maybe soon, time to louder, you know. I didn't say, can you not bring it anymore?
Yeah, but I want to be like a nice sort of chilled GM, like look, he plays PlayStation.
You've got no
he's
chill.
Cool.
Your games are a no chill zone, sadly, because we know that you
I want everyone to like have fun and be like happy and chilled, innit? You know what I mean? So I'm not like going to be like, oi, don't do that. Just like maybe.
Well, what in someone else's voice?
Guys, totally like maybe don't do that.
Yeah, that's why you weren't assertive enough.
Yeah, that's right.
If you had just said don't use that.
Oi. Yeah.
Oi. Get your cat home. Illicit Illithid. We'll probably make this the last question. Well, we might do another one. But he says, I tried playing Dungeon Synth during my sessions, and my players said it was terrible, and they unanimously voted for silence. My question is, why did you do this to me? Now,
who are your players and why are you friends with them if they don't like Dungeon Synth? Actually, who did you play?
We did mention you got to pick the right one.
Yeah.
Because what's the really shit one? I mean, there's loads that are really shit.
There are a lot.
Was he playing Dungeon Synth? Because I think that Dungeon Synth on the whole is pretty ignorable because it fades.
It's background music, it's ambient music. So that's the stuff you got to look for.
Unless he had it on like level 11 on his speakers or something.
Yeah, and he's playing like
playing it out of fucking fucking Sony Ericsson. That's all tinny.
But maybe if he was playing that type of really shit Dungeon Synth where somebody talks over it for half an hour, that would get
yeah.
But like one of my, Diplodocus would be a great choice, right? Because that's banging. Or Moth Tower is another one of my favourites.
Moth Tower's sick.
Yeah. It really is. So like there are some with better production levels. You just got to find the right ones. But you fucked it now.
Oh,
you fucked it. I can't return.
You done it to yourself.
You ruined it, you cuck. Actually, better be careful because he's an illithid.
That's true. Yeah.
We had one more question about spinach and kale, I believe.
Oh, we did, right. Let's do that one before we end. CJ the big boy, he says, is there any way to cook kale so it doesn't taste like dirty spinach?
Yes, there
somebody
is.
did reply on the Discord saying that dirty spinach sounds like a sexual manoeuvre. Oh mate, she's filthy, she does a dirty spinach, I love it.
Isn't that like fucking Popeye? It probably would be, when he flexes up the...
Oh yeah, the dirty spinach.
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Sorry.
So yes, kale. Put it in the oven. Squirt some
crispy cow. Yeah,
shit on it and salt and pepper.
Squirt some shit on it.
Not shit. Sorry. Squirt some oil on it and then put salt and pepper on top.
Salt and pepper.
And
bake
roast
it for about 15 minutes, 180. Also, and if you're American, what is that like? 2,000 Fahrenheit.
Fuck knows.
Also, like, there's another way. You could just like boil. You could like.
Fuck off.
It goes to spinach. That's what he wants to avoid.
Boiled kale is like eating. It's like eating a bit of wet cloth.
So he wants to avoid it. Roast it. It turns into chips.
Mostly
crisps.
That's it. I've only had crispy cow, and it's
the fucking tasty. No. Sean is an
one
idiot.
of the nicest.
Do you remember Sean's
things.
fucking pasta recipe from that bonus where he's talking about he made pasta salad? So I'll get some salad, some peas,
salad,
maybe a bit of carrot in there, and it sounded like the worst dish ever.
Oh, it's delicious, mate.
You don't.
A bit of ham.
Wait, pea isn't a common. Ham in there. Pea isn't a common salad ingredient.
What's not what?
Pea.
Yeah.
Sean's face.
Pasta salad, peas and sweet corn.
What?
What is that, Sean?
Because you said
just
savoury rice.
Right, silence.
Yes,
Sean, you didn't say that. You said pasta with peas and sweet corn in it, and that sounds like the most
sounds
depressing.
terrible on its own. It's quite depressing.
Why did you say it then?
Add a bit of mayo, a bit of ham, bit of
you don't eat ham.
Peas, sweet corn.
But you don't eat ham.
You don't even eat ham because you're a
Corn
shitty
ham.
vegan. And more to the point, let's talk about the incident the other day, right?
What
Because
incident?
I know your diet's shitty because.
My diet's alright.
So Nick, you get this. I was going to put a sound clip of it in this podcast, but I don't reckon I'm going to. But the game had ended. We've gone way off kale at this point. But the game
What's happening? The story started.
It was a bad bum day.
Sean left the room when everyone's packing up, and he'd been gone for like 5
Me and James
hours.
were chatting in his kitchen waiting for Sean. He was gone for like a good half an hour.
Just 15 minutes.
You lying.
Okay, but 15 minutes, right? That's genuine. That is a long time to wait for someone to tidy up themselves in the fucking toilet.
So Sean, we were like, the weirdest thing, right, was like, we were like, Sean, you alright, mate? And his head appeared out the door, like slightly, he's like, is everything alright?
He goes, oh yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
Halfway through his shit,
waddled over.
Then he's like, he closes the door. He's like, yeah, I'll just be a minute, and then closes the door again. Comes out after about another 5 minutes. He's like, sorry about that, a bit planty, innit?
And I was like,
so disgusting.
I was like, oh sorry, I did a poo. And I was like, I don't care about that, but have you opened the window and why haven't you shut the door?
He's left the fucking door open, and the phrase "bit planty," it's disgusting.
You know what's fucking the worst thing? I was desperate to use the toilet. I had to wait for a while. I still went in there. I smelt the fucking plant.
Chewed at 80 plant.
The thing is, Sean,
it's very planty.
His diet consists mainly of either like Mexican food or like he eats a pack of biscuits a day, an entire pack.
No, I don't eat a pack of biscuits a day.
You do, Sean, and I know you do.
I can the biscuits. I have one pack of biscuits a week now.
What biscuits we talking?
I've got my McVitie's shortbreads today.
So the fattiest.
But usually I'll eat popcorn these
They're just
days,
butter, aren't they? Oh, great.
But anyway, vegan-based diet with a lot of dairy because he sometimes lets himself allow to eat the chocolate and stuff.
Yeah,
So, especially on games night.
But
that means that Sean, you are not a vegan. I just want to put hands down.
I will explain that basically I had a Beyond Meat burger at Wetherspoons and 4 coffees. So by the end of the game, I could not move unless I did a poo. And
it was a mobility issue.
And usually, yes, exactly. And usually my poo clock. 8 o'clock in the morning, bam.
We don't need to know this.
Normally, yeah.
We don't need to know this.
I thought I would just explain.
Thanks for your movement.
We've heard a lot about your poo now.
It's disgusting. Right? You're disgusting. You brought this show down. I feel.
I brought it up and then down again.
It's like the stocks. Yeah. But no, you fucked it, Sean.
Thanks, man. Sorry, I was prepared for you to say something nice there.
So that is how you cook kale. Right, should we go to the outro?
Yeah.
I'll storm you, I'll be storming!
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are I've got a little treat, actually.
Okay.
We mentioned last episode that I mentioned a song of James's that I think everyone should listen to. Now, this is not an exercise to mock James, not even slightly, because I think his verse is the best verse. But do you want to explain the story before people hear it, and then we'll do a little commentary on it?
The story was, so I made this track with some friends, and I provided most of the instrumental input, and then at the point of when we were going to record the lyrics, the brief was, it's a hype song, right? And this is back in the day of grime, so...
If you've ever heard, like, Temps' song, for example, where it's kick off your HCTV from the stand!
Yeah, so hype and aggressive, right?
Okay.
That is the brief that I heard, that's the brief I wrote for. But then the other two monotonous rappers did it about things. And
you'll hear. What we'll do is we're going to listen to it once through, and then I want to ask you some questions mainly about Harry and Ian's lyrics, because yours are very clear about what you're trying to convey, I'd say. But this is The Storm.
Hey, look, bruv, look. Look out the window, Oh, yeah. Storms are brewing. You know what that means, isn't it? Yeah, innit? I'm ready. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready, man. Let's go.
Okay, there's a slight freezing there, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about that. We'll have that fixed. There we go.
Yeah, this track is big, you know. Yeah, you've got to hit this shit. See? Beats. What a banger! Well, trust me, Harry, I can't wait to spit on this track. We're going to rinse out. You know what I mean? Spit these bars in there and all that shit. Honestly, trust me. Yeah, get straight to it.
I shoot my mouth off like it was a shorty. Don't think you can, cause you can't stop me. But when the beef start, I'm out of it. I keep my nose clean, I'm out of it. Maybe I shout a bit. Basically, I'm a voyeur. I assure you. Well, maybe I instigate, but I don't participate. I still got moves to make, but it's not me, it's you who's bait. We can do it anytime, choose a day. Like a new year when Harry ripped the door off. The way I acted, people thought he pulled that sword off. I love provoking the beef, cause it's so easy. I'm physical, suck my balls, you get me? That's right, we storming. This right here is just a warning. Got flow so good you might say they were poor. When we come to your house, leave your family mourning. And there's nothing you can do. People that can match us, there's just a few. Thinking it was, but it clearly ain't you. Cause the skills we got up so slick, it's untrue. When we're out and about, best not try to fuck us about. But if you wanna blaze, then give us a shout. Sickhead beast, there's no doubt. This track is to inform the pricks that will get torn to pieces until dawn. Cause we stirring up the storm.
We're storming.
Coming through, this is the warning.
Better knock 'em up, cause we come and break your door in.
I like Mr. Pete said, storm on.
We'll make you forget which planet you were born on.
Storm on, boys.
We're storming.
Coming through, this is the warning.
Better knock 'em up, cause we come and break your door in.
I like Mr. Pete said, storm on.
We'll make you forget which planet you were born on.
Storm on, boys. You're a grade A, wait that I'll give you the grade A. My rhymes linger like they were written on the bathroom mirror with my index finger. I swing you with punches and blows to the nose. Sting you with uppercuts that will lift you off your toes. And I'll snatch your girl like I was Dwayne Menzie. Still smash that shit though a face offends me. You tripping balls, hallucinating again. I'll bang you out, put you in excruciating pain. Oi, straight up, stop acting like a dickhead, or I'ma beat it out and go totally sickhead.
Don't clash with me, blood, I'll bash you up, blood. I'll start storming your face with a knife, blood. You mess with me, blood, I'll murk you up, blood. I'll make you wish that you never met me, blood. Better not get up, blood, cause I'll fuck you up, blood. I'll storm you, your whole base and your fam, blood. I'm gonna start storming. You won't get past me when I'm storming. I'll shank you up, blood, to make you stop yawning. Knock down the front door of your house when I storm it. You better watch out, blood. Sit down, don't shout, blood, cause when I storm you, I'll be storming.
Now, I'm going to fade it down there because the last bit is just the chorus. So, as you can see, James did not get the memo from Harry and Ian there. He's very angry. And I feel like they fucked him over.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I think your verse is the best.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk a little bit about it, right? Because at the beginning, there's that intro bit that they do, which implies that Harry and Ian, when they see a storm outside, it's brewing. It's time to go and do a rap.
Yeah.
Hey, look, storms are brewing. Like to Harry and Ian. I suppose I don't want to say if they smoke weed. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. But maybe they just spend a lot of time watching rain.
Well, there was the original picture.
My lyrics linger like they were on a bathroom mirror with my index finger.
Yeah.
Why does he say bathroom?
I don't know.
Okay. And additionally, Harry, on his verse, he says, "Flow's so good you might think they were porn."
Flow's so good you might think it was poured.
No, it's porn. He's saying porn. Like, the best thing in the world, right, is porn.
But that'd be really good if it was like flow's so good you could say it was poured. But
That's good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
But he's saying porn. The pricks will get torn to pieces until dawn.
Because we're stirring up the storm.
But the thing is, I find it funny. The thing I like most about the song is that the amount of times they reference things only they know about. So can you tell us the story behind Storm On Boys?
Yeah, the reference is because
the lyric is like Pistol Pete said, storm on.
Yeah. So there was this guy that I think not Harry, but me and Ian and another one of our friends had worked for/with, which was a DIY nail packaging kind of factory. And then when you were sort of in there, not even a factory, it was a room.
Yeah.
But when you were in there, if like it was more than one of you in there, he'd be like, "Storm on, boys." Like that, as in like get going.
Right. Storm on, lads.
So it's a very deep lyric that only you and Ian, one third of the people on the song don't know.
I quite like the spaced reference as well because they like smoke.
That is good.
That's like the go-to sort of
stoner comedy. Yeah. Because it's Dwayne Manzi. From Space. He's the one that tries to nick Simon Pegg's girlfriend.
But you know the problem with this song is that James clearly has a lot of knowledge on grime, and it's like he's told those two who like have no knowledge of grime how grime should be done. And it's very weird because like you could see it in James's verse. He's like very, very hype. And
that's classic shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's gold.
I will say, like, as much as obviously the brief was somewhat separated between me and them, that I really did like their ad libs.
With the
they do well with the ad libs.
Right? Yeah, I liked that too. Like specifically, when you go, "Oh, you can," and "I'm a beast out and go totally sick it."
And I like Harry's bit where he's like, "Yeah, like you think it's so untrue."
Nice.
The thing about Harry, he's the one that did the flow so good you might think they were porn. He's the most like chill guy on the planet. Yeah. Like. You could barely hear him in anything. And he once told me that he was watching Dragon Ball Z Kai and that it touched him so badly that he... no, not badly. It touched him in a way that made him cry.
Oh. What bit?
The bit when he's fucking charging, probably.
He's like, "Ah!" And Harry's like, "Oh, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful stuff."
Oh, no, he's a Super
Saiyan again. Is it the first time when Krillin dies? Because
I don't give a fuck. So, yeah, I mean...
I don't give a fuck about Krillin.
I thought it'd be nice just to play the song in full and then talk about it because we mentioned it last episode and then I couldn't find it, so I just put myself at the end saying, "Sorry, I couldn't find the song." So there it is. But that's the Storm by James.
I love it.
It's private, so you can only hear most of it here. And the good thing is, if you want to just chop and screw it, give it some of this action.
Participate. I still got moves to make. It's not me. It's you.
So, my name's Harry. Well, this has been the 3TRPG podcast. If you want to get on the Discord and send us questions, you can. Thanks to all those that submitted for this episode. But yeah, I've been Harrison Hunt.
I've been James Clark.
I've been Nick Lambslide.
I've been Big Brother Swag, Sean Hunt.
And just remember that D20s are cool, but 20Ds, now that's a good
That's a
time.
high number.
Yeah!
Aye, mate.
Nah.
I'm never doing that intro like that again. I tried to mix it in, but it just didn't work.
That's good.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Cut.
Bye. Stop talking during the outro music. I don't know how to fade your mics down yet. Why is it slowed down?
Teething problems.
Perfect.
Oh shit, I pressed the play button. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.